you're still live on Metro Sports with me, Michael Kofi Odro. This is the editorial segment here on Metro Sports. Today we don't have a lot of text to show on the touch screen. A lot of the references we're going to be making will be video references because those statements were made in videos. So we're going to be sharing them with you. The Football Association went for its ordinary Congress at the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence in Pram Pram exactly a week ago. And I know that there are many of you that are looking forward to us teasing out the issues from Congress on the editorial segment. But yesterday when the editorial team of Ignite Media Sports, or Metro Sports to be specific, sat and were reviewing the issues, we thought that there was something that was escaping all of us. And we needed to draw the attention of the people involved, the decision makers, because these were promises from the top hierarchy. And so those promises ought to be fulfilled. And perhaps they may have forgotten. Perhaps they are in the process of doing it. So reminding them will, as it were, help facilitate and make the process a rapid one. And this was somewhere in February, late January, February, when the Honorable Kofi Idi Adams was named as the sports minister designate. He conducted a number of interviews, he made a lot of statements, and there was one particular statement that really excited Ghanaians because Ghanaians had for a very long period of time complained about the secrecy that had shrouded the Black Stars budget. How the Black Stars budget and expenditure has been treated with some form of secrecy and all of that. And Kofi Adams the Honorable Kofi Adams made a bold statement and said that the Black Stars budget was going to be made public. He said that here on Metro TV. He said it on Sporty FM. He was on Asempa FM. He said it. When he was asked whether he was sure he said yes. It was the dream of the president. One of the things the president had asked him to do, that in order for Ghanaians to have lots of confidence in the ministry, in the government, and in the Football Association, he did not think, and we do not think, that there is anything that is to be hidden. And so the Black Stars budget is going to be made public. He said that on a number of platforms. Now, when the president delivered the State of the Nation's address on the floor of Parliament on the 27th of February 2025, he also made a statement. Let's listen to the president, what he said about accountability and then making the Black Stars budget public. The president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, spoke on the floor of Parliament in the delivery of the State of the Nation's address.
Next month, the senior national team, the Black Stars, which is now a pale shadow of its former glory, will play 2 World Cup qualifying matches. I've instructed my office and the Minister for Sports and Recreation to hold the Ghana Football Association accountable to the people of Ghana as we prepare for these games, especially regarding the budget of the FA. There will be no secrecy in how much the government spends on the national teams. The budgets presented by the FA and other sports associations must be known by the public. After all, it is the taxpayers' funds that are used to fund these activities. The reduction in government expenditure and waste reduction applies to all sectors of the economy, including the Ministry of Sports and Recreation.
So this was the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, saying that there was a need for accountability. He mentioned that the budget must be made public by the minister. Soon after the delivery of the State of the Nation's address, which was on 27th of February, about 3 weeks after, on the 21st of March, Ghana played at the Accra Sports Stadium. We beat Chad. In fact, it was an emphatic victory. All of us excited by the show of quality by the Black Stars. On the 24th, we went ahead in Morocco, beat the lads from Madagascar another excitement because at that point we had gone clear top of the table in the World Cup qualifying group. And these games were 2 months after the minister made the promise of making the Black Stars budget public. So we expected that the budget will be made public before the game. But it was not. Now, there's a difference between budget and expenditure. So after budget is what is presented, I'm sure most of us are aware, is what is presented before. Those are projections before the games or whatever activities are taking place. And then after, when we have spent and the activities have taken place already, it becomes expenditure. So the minister did not deliver on the promise of making the budget public in the first instance. And so we looked forward to the expenditure report. That also was not made public. And it allowed for speculations here and there, with some saying that for the 2 games against Chad here in Ghana and Madagascar in Morocco, we have spent we had quotations, $900,000. We had $1.2 million was what was spent on the 2 games. And people continued to speculate. And for me, the one who told me that we spent $1.2 million, I am tempted to believe because of the figures and where the person is coming from. But if we had put out the budget statement, if we had put out the expenditure as promised, and nobody forced the minister to make those promises. He himself, out of his will, when he was appointed, he made these promises, he made this statement, even before he appeared on the at Parliament for vetting. These statements were made before his vetting, and he emphasized on it after the vetting, during the vetting. We may forgive him because those matches were just about 2 months. So we may forgive him that when he was sworn in as a minister, maybe about 1.5 months to about 2 months, those games were played. But now he's been there for well over 7 months. And there are some games coming. Now the minister, after the promises, and after Ghana had played against Chad on the 21st of March and against Madagascar on 24th of March in Morocco, he appeared on Channel 1 show. I think that the show is one-on-one, I think, hosted by Umaru Sanda. And Umaru Sanda asked him why he has not made the Black Stars budget public. This interview was 4 months ago. And he said he was going to make the expenditure for the games against Chad and the game against Madagascar public. 4 months after. Let's bring you back the interaction with Umaru Sanda on one-on-one show.
Black Stars, but the big elephant in the room for Black Stars a lot of the times is the budget. The president said, display the budget, let everybody know.
Yeah.
You are supposed to let us know the budget, and you are hiding it. You are sitting on the budget. Is it under your drawer? What's happening?
You will know it
when
the time. You will know it.
The president said, let it be public.
And I'm saying that we'll make it public.
When?
Why? As national team cease playing.
No.
So,
but we should know what we are working with.
We have next assignment in September. We are going to play. We have matches that we are going to play that the nation will be called upon to finance. We surely will make it public.
But even government budget, the national budget for 2025, it's a public document.
And I'm saying, but who says that this one will not be public? I'm saying it will be public.
When?
And I'm saying that we have a match in September.
Yes.
When the FA presents, because they have to do the draft and bring, then I will sit and say, no, this one and this one, I don't think that it should be in. We cannot be paying for this. If there is any expenditure, FA, spend it from your other resources.
Okay.
Because after all, there are donors who donate, who fund some of your, so spend it from that. The state cannot. Then they will go back and bring a revised draft, which then you would take to either the chief of staff or to cabinet for discussion and approval. Once it's approved, then you can now make it.
Okay, so that was the sports minister, the Honorable Kofi Adams, in an interview with Umaru Sanda of Channel 1 TV. Now, the public, yes, we are not aware. The budget has not been made public, but I know that budgets are supposed to be discussed in Parliament, especially at the subcommittee level. So for sports, there's the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sports, Youth and Culture. And I know that as part of their responsibilities, they are supposed to be discussing government budget and expenditure on sports. Recently, we had an interview with the ranking member on the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sports, Youth and Culture. He doubles as Member of Parliament for Old Tafo constituency, the Honorable Vincent Eko Asifwa. And in the interview, it came to light that even the Black Queens budget, the Black Queens had gone to the WAFCON in Morocco and returned. And on the back of it, we spoke to the Honorable Vincent Eko Asifwa as ranking member on the Parliamentary Select Committee for Sports, Youth and Culture. He said the Black Stars budget and expenditure for the games against Chad and Madagascar were unknown to the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sports. The Black Queens that went for a major tournament, the WAFCON 2025 in Morocco, the budget was not sent to the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sports, Youth and Culture. So on what basis were we spending? But let's first listen to the Honorable Vincent Eko Asifwa.
You remember somewhere in March, the government and the NDC, and by some extension to the minister, also came to the floor of the House mentioning that they are going to make pre-budget of national teams also available to the public. If they were available, I'm sure by now, as a ranking, if I'm making advocacy on behalf of the women, I know that, okay, the amount of money that they budgeted for the women was not enough, because we are going to talk about whether it has been paid or not. But as to the adequacy of it is even another discussion that we should have. So one, the government's commitment to be able to publicize the budget for national teams should be done, because remember, we've played Chad, it was not published. We've played Madagascar, it was not published. The women national team have also gone to Morocco, it has not been published. They even went ahead to say that they are going to have, or if like they are going to publish the after performance expenditure report. That too has not been done. So I don't see how anybody can even make meaningful advocacy for them, because it starts with the government. The government should be able to make sure that it was there, so that the media, people who are also interested in football, can make such advocacy for them.
So from the interaction with the Honorable Vincent Eko Asifwa, it is clear that even the budget and expenditure have not gone to Parliament, the Select Committee for Sport, Youth and Culture. So our long wait for it to be made public may take forever. But the minister promised on Umaru Sanda's show, one-on-one, in that interview with Umaru Sanda, that the September matches were going to be made public. The budget were going to be made public. Okay. So I understand for the September matches, we have one coming up on the 4th of September. That will be away. It will be an away game. And then against Chad. And then we have another one here on the 8th of September against Mali. I'm sure that game will take place at the Accra Sports Stadium. Mr. Minister, we're only reminding you of the promises you made, of the statements you made, that the Black Stars budget, that national team expenditure were going to be made public. You stated emphatically in an interview with Umaru Sanda that yes, the ones played in March have not been made public. We understand. Maybe those games were very close to your appointment or confirmation as minister, so you couldn't go through all the processes of making it public. But 4 months ago, in that interview on Channel One TV, you mentioned that the next game, you said that, we have games in September. Now we have less than 3 weeks to those games. Today is 19th, so 11 more days for August, 11 or 12 days for August to end. So plus 4 days in September. That will give us 16 days. That is less than 3 weeks to the next Black Stars game. And we believe, we're hoping that you honor your promise and make the Black Stars budget public. This will be it for editorial Michael Kofi Odro. We'll bring you back that insert, the minister and Umaru Sanda, after we get on the round table, and then my panelists, I'm sure, also have a word or two on the editorial. We're back shortly.
Black Stars. But the big elephant in the room for Black Stars a lot of the times is the budget. The president said, display the budget, let everybody know.
Yeah.
You are supposed to let us know the budget, and you are hiding it. You are
I'm not
sitting on the
hiding.
budget. Is it under your drawer? What's happening?
You will know it
When?
the time. You will know
The
it.
president said, let it be public.
And I'm saying that we'll make it public.
When?
Why? As national team cease playing.
No,
So
but we should know what we are working with.
we have next assignment in September. We are going to play. We have matches that we are going to play that the nation will be called upon
Yes.
to finance. We surely will make it public.
But even government budget,
Yeah.
the national budget for 2025,
Yeah.
it's a public document.
And I'm saying, but who says that this one will not be public? I'm saying it will be public.
When?
And I'm saying that we have a match in September.
Yes.
When the FA presents, because they have to do the draft and bring, then I will sit and say, no, this one and this one, I don't think that it should be in. We cannot be paying for this. If there is any expenditure, FA, spend it from your other resources.
Okay.
Because after all, there are donors who donate, who fund some of your, so spend it from that. This the state cannot. Then they will go back and bring a revised draft, which then you will take to either the chief of staff or to cabinet for discussion and approval. Once it's approved, then you can now make it public. It will be unfair to make a draft budget public.
Okay, so
That
this
was
is for,
very,
that's
very-
for September. What about the previous?
No, I'm talking
budgets?
about, so for the September one, when it comes, before the matches, we have enough time.
You share with us.
There's no way I'm going to allow the FA to delay in presentation of a budget for the September round of matches.
Okay.
They have to make sure that they bring it, maybe latest, it should be by, in May, we have a friendly. We have a Unity Cup, Ghana, Nigeria, Trinidad and Tobago, and Jamaica are playing. So winner plays winner, and loser plays loser, kind of, for a Unity Cup in London. Immediately we return. I should expect the first draft for the next round of qualifiers to be ready.
Okay.
That's March day 7 and then 8 to be ready.
Okay.
And to enable me look at it, ask them to rework it so that whatever they bring and approval is given can be published.
And then you publish it very well.